What are the greatest anime ever made? It's a question every fan asks. With thousands of series to choose from, how do you find the ones that truly stand out? We all want to know what makes them masterpieces, and which stories have a definitive, satisfying ending. This is that list. We're not just going to name 10 anime, we're going to dive into the stories that define the medium. This is our definitive guide to the masterpieces, with a perfect beginning, middle, and end. So get ready to find your next great obsession. Starting off with an old-school classic, Monster. Some stories get under your skin and never leave. This is one of them. Monster is a masterpiece of psychological suspense, but don't go in expecting explosions or superpowers. This is a story that respects your intelligence. It follows Dr. Tenma, a surgeon who saves a young boy instead of a politician, thinking he's doing the moral thing. Years later, that boy grows into something terrifying. And Tenma? He's left chasing a trail of bodies, trying to figure out whether saving that life doomed everyone else. What makes Monster hit so hard isn't just the mystery or the slow burn tension, it's how it makes you question the weight of your choices, whether kindness always leads to good, whether evil is born or made. It's unsettling in a quiet, creeping way. You don't finish this one with closure. You finish it asking yourself what you would have done. Next is Steins Gate. If Monster was a slow burn of moral weight, Steins Gate is a chaotic lightning strike of genius. This is sci-fi at its absolute best. Our hero is Rintaro Okabe, a self-proclaimed mad scientist who runs a small, bizarre lab in Tokyo. With his friends, he accidentally invents a way to send messages into the past. At first, it's just a funny trick, but it quickly spirals out of control, as every small change they make creates a new, terrifying future. The real magic here is a perfect balance of deep-diving science fiction, witty humor, and a devastating emotional core. As Okabe fights to save the people he loves, the stakes escalate from fun experiments to a frantic race against a cruel, unchangeable fate. It's a heart-wrenching journey that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about time. From the brilliant chaos of time travel, we dive into the chilling depths of a mystery. Summertime Rendering traps you in a secluded island town, where every face you know might be an imposter. Our hero Shinpei returns home for a friend's funeral, only to discover a terrifying secret. Shadowy duplicates, known as shadows, are murdering the island's residents and taking their places. He quickly realizes that this isn't just a mystery, it's a time loop from hell. This is a masterclass in tension, blending a small-town horror story with high-stakes sci-fi. Each loop brings a new clue, a new death, and a new layer of dread. It's a smart, stylish, and absolutely relentless thriller that will keep you guessing and on the edge of your seat until the very end. Next is Ping Pong the Animation. It's not really about table tennis, not in the way you'd expect. The game's just where all the pressure lands. This one's about what happens when talent turns into burden, when winning feels like survival, when losing feels like freedom, and when the thing you used to love starts to hurt more than it helps. The art style is raw, sketchy even, but it fits, because none of the characters are clean or polished either. They're anxious, proud, jealous, brilliant, and human in a way that's almost too honest sometimes. You watch these kids try to figure out who they are under the noise, and that search, it's messy, but it's real. By the time it ends, it doesn't matter who wins. What matters is who finally stops running. We've reached the halfway point. Now it's your turn. Leave a comment below and tell us what you would put on your masterpiece list. If you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe for more great content. Next is Barakamon. This one doesn't try to impress you, it just settles in. No world-ending stakes, no huge revelations, just a guy who's burned out and ends up on a remote island because he needs to figure out who he is without all the noise. He's a calligrapher, young, talented, but stuck in his own head. And on that island, surrounded by kids, old folks, silence, and mess, he slowly starts to get it. That growth isn't always loud. Sometimes it looks like failing a little, getting laughed at, slowing down. The humor hits, the quiet moments land, and somehow it feels like fresh air the whole way through. You don't leave this one with answers, but you do leave feeling like maybe you don't need to have everything figured out to start moving again. After a period of peace, we return to the pulse of a mystery with Erased. This is a high-tension, emotional thriller that hooks you from the very first minute. Our hero, Satoru Fujinuma, has a mysterious ability he calls Revival. It sends him back in time by a few minutes, forcing him to prevent a disaster. But when he's framed for murder, his power sends him back much further to his childhood, where he must solve the abduction and murder of a classmate that happened decades ago. This is a masterclass in suspense, a race against the past with an incredible emotional heart. Satoru isn't just trying to solve a cold case, he's trying to save the innocence of his friends and fix a future that was broken a long time ago. It's a gripping story that will keep you on the edge of your seat and rooting for a boy to change his world. Step away from the noise and into a world where life takes a different form. Mushishi isn't a show you watch, it's a feeling you absorb. In this secluded pre-industrial Japan, there exist creatures known as mushi, primordial life forms that are neither plant nor animal, visible only to a few. Our guide through this world is Ginkgo, a quiet and wandering man known as a mushishi. He doesn't kill the mushi, he seeks to understand them. Each episode is a standalone folktale, a whisper of a story about a human life touched by the mushi. Some are beautiful, some are tragic, but all are a reminder that we are only a small part of a vast, unseen world. This is a timeless, meditative experience, a series that finds profound beauty in the quietest moments. Next is Orb, on the Movements of the Earth, a slow-burning masterpiece about the human cost of knowledge. In 15th century Poland, the greatest minds are focused on theology, but in the shadows, a secret society of brilliant scholars is hiding a dangerous truth, that the sun, not the earth, is the center of the universe. To utter this truth is to face the fires of the Inquisition. Our story follows Rafal, a young prodigy who is drawn into this secret world. He must solve the greatest scientific puzzles of his time, knowing that every answer he finds brings him one step closer to his own execution. This is a profound and tragic tale that explores the courage it takes to pursue a truth that could change the world, even if it costs you everything. It is a masterpiece for its profound and mature exploration of the conflict between scientific truth and religious dogma, creating a deeply human story of tragedy and intellectual courage. Next is Clannad After Story. This one doesn't warn you what it's about. It starts off like a slice of life, maybe a bit over the top, and then little by little, it shifts into something harder, quieter, and much more real. The story begins as a charming high school romance, but that's just the beginning. The real masterpiece unfolds after graduation, when our main characters, Tomoya and Nagisa, face the brutal realities of life, love, and building a family of their own. This is a show that will challenge you. It's a beautifully animated testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a story that isn't afraid to explore joy and tragedy in equal measure. It will make you laugh, but it will also test how much a heart can bear. For many, this isn't just an anime, it's one of the most profound and unforgettable stories ever told. And now, for the grand finale, the one that has it all. If you could only ever watch one masterpiece, for many, it would be Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is the story of two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, who pay a devastating price for trying to bring their mother back to life. In their journey to find a mythical philosopher's stone and restore their bodies, they stumble into a sprawling epic of political conspiracy, war, and ancient betrayal. It's a world built on a simple law, equivalent exchange. But this show proves that a great story can be so much more. It perfectly balances explosive action, deep philosophical questions, and a cast of characters you will never forget. It's a journey of brotherhood, sacrifice, and the enduring power of hope. This isn't just a great anime. It's a modern classic that ends with a perfect, unforgettable conclusion. Alright, that's all for this one. I'm out. See you in the next one.